All right, so just the third practice here, kind of coming off the summer program and coming into this practice here. So where do you feel like the team's at this early stage?
We're probably mid-speed right now. We're not at full speed yet. We're looking at getting to that full speed the next day and the next day, and building on what we did last year.
And then with that, the preparation started a little earlier because you got that extra game. What was your reaction when you saw that, and then what did you feel like was the team's reaction when you told them?
I loved it. I wanted it, and when it was presented, I immediately said yes. I wanted it. And when I told the kids, they were all kind of like, really? And so, but then they all joined in and were like, yes, we want that extra game. We want that extra, time to go. We want more. So.
And then with that too, also I think that is it 2 games in a row at home then to open the season, right?
We'll be on the road at East Marshall.
Oh, okay.
We'll be on the road at East Marshall, and then we go on the road to Pleasantville. So we'll be on the road there for 2 weeks, and then we come home against Sigourney. But being on the road, first game, you have a week 0 game. Well, everybody else is either doing a scrimmage or a practice game type deal. We're actually going to have to face the competition and be up at game speed.
And then, so you feel like that, I guess, is the biggest benefit where you get an extra week at it, and obviously, you can get going faster in the practices.
Well, that too. It's time crunch on the practices, but with that extra game, we get to see where our mistakes are. Where do we need to fix them, or do we need to move somebody? That's the big thing that we kind of look at. We might have to move somebody real quick, or work them in somewhere else. But it's also getting those game reps in, getting that game speed, in at that time.
And then, with the returners you do have, sort of, how do you feel like they're sort of merging in with some of those new positions you've had to fill in?
They've kind of stepped in, and it's like we haven't missed a beat. A lot of the older kids are helping out the younger kids with stepping in at those positions, especially our offensive line. Hunter Slack has done a great job with that, of being the rock right there, being the centerpiece. With him being the center, I'm going to be sad to see him go, but he's helped out these young kids, these young O-linemen, and getting them up to speed and letting them know this is how we kind of do it and this is the kind of speed we need to have it at.
And then with just 2 extra weeks there, sort of what does that do to the preparation? What do you need to see faster, I guess, to know you're getting ready for East Marshall?
It's a lot of time crunch type of stuff. We have to make sure that we're on point with our schedule of practices, what the kids are doing, making sure they're watching film and doing the right thing. But it's, what do we need to install and how fast do we need to install it, and, making sure our special teams are on point, because sometimes that gets overlooked because you don't have that extra week. So, making sure that we're on point and organized and getting stuff done.
And then a lot of the guys were saying that you don't have the biggest numbers that you had maybe in the last year, but they're saying that a lot of reps that they were getting was a benefit to that. You feel like that can kind of help even too when you know that you're on what of a time crunch in the week?
Oh yeah, we don't have the big numbers right now. But with all those kids getting extra reps, they're seeing whether they made a mistake or seeing somebody else make a mistake, but they're pulling them aside and helping them out. And that's the big thing. The more reps you can get a kid, the more faster he's going to understand our program and the way we want stuff done.
And then with this being the first week, what are some of the things you want to see this week, and then building on to that heading into the next few weeks?
This week I want us to see, we're doing a lot of going over stuff, going over drills, going over formations, and the kids are popping into them because they remember them and everything. It's getting a little bit faster. So tomorrow will be a little bit more up-tempo, faster type practice with our defense, and then we come back with offense and we're going to hit it again faster. So that way, again, we want to run as many plays as we can and many reps as we can, but we want to make sure that we're sound in the technique department there.
And then finally, for you, sort of an outlook on the district itself, what do you sort of see the prospects there? We're obviously down the road for you, but still, what are some of the prospects you see?
We went 3-6 last year. We're going to try to build on that. A couple games got away from us. Central League game kind of got away from us. Centerville game kind of got away from us. But we want to improve on that 3-6 mark. We want to end probably try to right around 500, I'd say. But we want to build. We want to take one game at a time and build on it. PCM's going to probably be up there. They return a lot. Albie has a new coaching system right there, and so, but we want to try to come out and just play one game at a time. But district-wise, we're going to try to be in the hunt there in the middle and see where we make our gains at.
All right, cool. Thank you. That'll do. Your year as well. That way we're always getting that right. So you can start with that.
Trey Moore, Treymoore.
And then your year as well.
Oh, junior year.
All right, cool. So then, for you coming back now, quarterback positions ago, what do you feel like? Same sort of question for Dakota. What do you feel like coming up with some programs, first sort of couple practices here? Where do you feel like the team is at?
They're doing pretty well so far. I mean, we're pretty young, pretty small compared to other teams and the past teams we've had. But all of our skill players are back, so linemen are maturing right now, and I think we'll do pretty well this year.
And what do you think that does for you? Where obviously you, as a quarterback, connections with receivers and then connections with running backs like Dakota as well. What do you feel like that does for you?
Our group's pretty close together. We do pretty much everything. I mean, we've been playing with each other since we were 3rd and 4th grade, so we have a pretty good close connection.
And what do you feel like you're taking from the quarterback position itself? Or you have another year of it under your belt coming into playing and all that.
Last year it was kind of a learning year. I've never really played quarterback before. I mean, I had some bad games. I've had some all right games, but I'm getting more comfortable this year, and I think I should perform well.
And then same thing too, where you get that extra week starting early for the season and all that. So what does that do for you when you see that you've got an extra week of football added to it?
I love it. I mean, it's another week of football to play the game. I mean, we had to start a little earlier. I mean, it's hot. Another week of summer off, but it's great.
And then being only a junior, but still, quarterback position obviously an important one. Do you feel like some of the leadership stuff has kind of come on to you, and how do you feel like you've sort of handled that?
Yeah. I mean, I was captain last year. Maybe this year, I'm not sure yet. But I think the guys kind of respect me, and I respect all of them, so that helps.
All right, cool. I guess any other thoughts about the season sort of coming into it that you're coming up?
I think it's going to go well. East Marshall, they're all right. I mean, we should handle pretty well. I mean,
all right.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, cool. Thank you. All right, cool. So then just start by spelling your name and then say like senior, sophomore, like your year, and all that as well. So, all right, cool.
I'm Dakota Boyer, Dakotaboyer. I'm a senior at Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont.
All right, cool. So senior year, another year coming in, just third practice or so for you guys. Kind of what coming off the summer programs and how the first couple weeks have started, how first couple practices rather have started. Sort of what do you feel like the team's at?
I say we're at 50% right now. We're kind of tiny. We don't have very many linemen, but I think we're going to do pretty good this year.
And then coming off of last year, you're back, Trey's back at quarterback as well. Sort of, how do you feel like the offense will be where some of those other guys that you do have returning will be back at the same position?
I think we're going to be pretty good with that because everybody's got a varsity spot already and have been in the shoes they are right now.
And then would you say, I guess it's a similar sort of approach or similar circumstances kind of on the defensive side as well?
Yes, sir.
And then I think you guys had that first early game, I think on the 18th there. So how does that sort of change things for you where you're a whole extra week?
Yeah, it kind of feels a lot better because it's my senior year and we didn't get that last year, so it feels pretty good.
Did you feel like you're like, I guess I don't know how long or how early into it you kind of figured that out, but I guess you feel like, oh, let me hit the gym earlier because you was starting early?
Yeah, we always hit the gym earlier. So.
And then also to being a senior, kind of how do you feel like I guess some of the leadership has sort of come to you as now you're one of the older guys?
It hit me pretty good. Really didn't expect it, but I do now.
All right, cool. I guess any other thing, I guess you're thinking about the season and sort of kind of what's coming to you?
No, not really. Head on and swivel.
All right, then. All right, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.